Hello, my name is Subhajit Banik and I'm a lawyer. You know me by now. You have been watching my videos and all. It's a small lectures on how to perform well in the examination, how to memorize, how to recall in a quick jiffy. That's all. Today, we talk about a very important part of the Constitution of India. That's part 2 of the Constitution of India. It's not very detailed, but the concepts are intricate. Unless you understand the concepts, it's difficult to recall. It's very difficult to recall. You cannot blindly memorize it, right? Let's start. Part 2 of the Constitution of India is the Citizenship of India. Now, Citizenship of India is in two parts. One at the commencement and one thereafter. Am I clear? Commencement and prior to commencement and one thereafter. So far as at commencement and prior to commencement, Articles 5, 6, 7. Clear? The citizenship status at commencement and prior to commencement, Article 5, 6, 7. And so far as what is to be done who are born thereafter, Article 11 gives the power to the Parliament to enact laws, and in terms of it, the Citizenship Act of 1955 has been enacted by the Parliament, right? So you're clear with these two basic broad things, right? So before we move into the concept of citizenship, you have to understand one thing, the difference between the words residence, domicile, and nationality. Nationality means to which nation you belong. We are Indian nationals, therefore we belong to India. That's easy enough to understand. Residence means the place where you reside. You reside in Assam, you reside in Bengal, Orissa, Bihar, Jharkhand, wherever you reside. Your residence is there in that state or within that city or district, village, wherever your residence is. But domicile is different. If you reside somewhere with an intention to permanently reside there, I'm putting simpler words to understand that mental faculty of permanently residing there, that is your domicile. The domicile is not by the state, Assam or Bengal, Bihar, Orissa. No, domicile is by the country. Here you have an Indian domicile, right? Your domicile is of India. So you reside in India, within the territory of India, any part, with an intention to permanently reside there. So that's it. So at the commencement of the Constitution, since we'll be talking in 3 articles, 5, 6 and 7, understand Article 5 would talk about 1950, 550, right? 1950. Article 7 would talk about 1947, 1947. Article 6 would talk about the in-between years, 1948 and 1949. Are you clear with that? Right. Article 5 talks about 1950. Article 7 talks about 1947 and Article 6 talks about 1948 and 1949. Okay. Article 5 talks about the month of January. Article 6 talks about the month of July. Article 7 talks about the month of March. It's JJM. JJM, January, July and March. 5, 6, 7. Right. Now we correlate. Article 5 says, at the commencement of the Constitution, that is on 26th of January 1950, those persons who had the domicile in India and were born in India, or either of his parents were born in India, or he was a resident of India. He had the residence in India for 5 years prior, Article 5, 5 years prior, he'll be granted citizenship of India. So just at the commencement of the Constitution, 26 January 1950, how does the country deal with the concept of citizenship? It says that as on 26 January 1950, if you had a domicile of India and was born in India, or either if your parents were born in India, or you had been residing in India 5 years prior, Article 5, 5 years prior, then you'll be granted citizenship of India. All right. Article 6 talks about migration from Pakistan to India. Article 6, migration from Pakistan to India. How? If you had migrated from Pakistan to India and either of your parents or grandparents were born in India and the cutoff date is taken 19 July 1948, JJM July 1948, whether or not before or after 19 July 48, I mean before 48, 19th of July 1948 or after 19 July 1948, if you had come, you must apply for registration, and if you're registered, you're a citizen of India. The condition is you should have stayed 6 months prior to the date of registration in India. All right? Okay. So Article 6 says, if you had migrated from Pakistan to India and your parents, either of your parents or grandparents were born in India, so whether or not the cutoff date is 19 July 1948, before or after, if you had come, if you had applied for registration and were granted with a condition of 5 months, 6 months prior stay, you will be granted a citizenship of India. But here's the catch. If you had come after 19 July 1948, then you must have come to India from Pakistan within, the cutoff is 25th of July 1949. So that's the second year. From 19 July 1948 to 25th of July 1949, if you have come, you would be considered to be the benefit of registration. Clear with that? All right. Now 1947 and JJM March. Right. Now the reverse of it. If a person had migrated from India to Pakistan after 1st of March 1947, he would not be granted a citizenship of India. He would not be granted. So what's the condition? If you come back with a permit of resettlement in India, all right, and you stay back with, of course, the conditions of registration, then you'll be granted as if the 1948 clause would apply to you, the condition, right? Clear. Now we talk about Article 8. What if you are a person residing in some other country, not of these things, in other country, but either of your parents or grandparents were born in India, okay? Then, if on your application you were registered to be a citizen of India by the, I'll take the perfect words, by the diplomatic or consular representative of that country, then you are a citizen of India. Clear? Diplomatic or consular representative, right, in that country, sorry, then you are a citizen of India. So that's the basic concept. If you are residing outside in a different country, but either of your parents or grandparents are residing in India, were born in India, then on an application made by you to the diplomatic or consular representative, if you're registered to be so, you are so. No difficulty. Article 9 says, if you have acquired the citizenship of a different country, then you cannot have Indian citizenship. That's not permissible to you, right? Simple. 10 would say your citizenship would continue. That's no difficulty. 11 says, those born after the commencement of the Constitution, what happens to them? If you're born after the commencement of the Constitution, then Article 11 empowers the Parliament of India to make laws. And in exercise of such power, the Parliament has enacted the Citizenship Act of 1955. We shall deal with that when we talk about that act, right? It's an interesting act. Citizenship by birth, descent, naturalization, registration, etc., acquiring of territory, etc. We'll talk about those concepts later. But now 5, 6, 7, 8, understand the concept. 9, if you take up a foreign citizenship of a different state. 10 and 11, empowerment of the Parliament to enact laws. 5, 6 and 7, JJM. 5, Article 5 talks about 1950, January, Article 6, 48 and 49, July, Article 7, March. Right? It's easy to answer. Suppose a tricky question is put to you. How many years of prior residence does a person need to be in India as on 26 January 1950 to get a citizenship of India? Now, everywhere in the chapter, in this part, it talks about 6 months, except in Article 5, it's 5 years. So that's how you remember, right? 6 months comes Article 6. So 6 months, that you understand that part. Okay. So unless you get this simple chapter correct at the first go, it's difficult to recall in examination because these concepts are clubbed up with a lot of concepts, right? What will you recall then if you don't understand the basic concepts? Hope this short lecture was easy to you, helpful in exam. And if you like it, do share, do like, do subscribe, and let me know. Inbox me, come on, I can help you out. If you need me to lecture on a particular subject, on topic, let me know. We can have things in a better way. Now I'm doing these things because I have nothing else to do at night, at the moment, in the lockdown stage. And I think these things should be helpful and beneficial to the students. Thank you. God bless you.